You're listening to the Casting for Fun podcast, the show that talks about entertainment, sports, music, and inspirational stories for all to enjoy. We're glad that you could join us today. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, here is your host, Albert Pineda.
Welcome, everybody, to the Casting for Fun podcast. I'm your host, Albert Pineda, and this episode is going to be for Wednesday, June the 7th, 2023. So I've officially decided that I'm going to be posting new episodes on Wednesday morning, so that people have it for their commutes to go to work. It's not that big of a change, really, because, again, I normally release episodes late Tuesday afternoon or early Tuesday evening. So just, the next day. So hopefully people like the change. I'm always open to feedback. So if people like it the other way, please let me know. And then, of course, I'll always be making posts on social media to let people know when episodes are available, so people know when roughly you can catch a new episode of the show. And it's always best to subscribe. So if you love the show, subscribe, so that way you never miss an episode. Subscribe with your podcast streaming network of choice. Anyway, so for this episode, my wonderful daughter Avery's joining me, not just to do like a guest appearance like she's done in the past, but to do a full interview. I'm very excited to get to talk to Avery. It's always wonderful and great to spend time with family. And of course, my immediate family, my wife, Avery, Liam, my kids, they're the best. And it's nice that I get to talk to Avery during this time of the year for her, because she's at a really exciting time of the year. It's her last week in kindergarten. Kindergarten flew by so fast. So I'm sure all my listeners who are parents could probably tell me, the elementary school process and everything else, later school life goes by really, really fast for their kids. It seems like that's been the case so far with Avery in kindergarten. So we're looking forward to a great summer with Avery. Before I get to my conversation with Avery, talking about her time in kindergarten, playing softball, everything that she's been up to over the past year, I'm going to go ahead and talk about a few things that are of interest to me, so I can make the episode a little bit longer. So stay tuned. I'm going to be coming back soon to talk about recent entertainment news that's of interest to me. And then in the segment after that, we'll get to my conversation with Avery. So again, thank you everybody for listening to the Casting for Fun podcast, and I will be back after a quick short break. So welcome back, everybody, to the show. For this segment, I'm going to be talking about recent entertainment news that's of interest to me, and I think would be of interest to a good number of my listeners as well. So stay tuned for my conversation with my daughter Avery. I'll probably put a timestamp in the episode, so if people wanted to jump straight ahead to that interview or my conversation with Avery, they can do so. Before that, though, so a bit of entertainment news that I wanted to share. If you are a longtime listener of the podcast and you remember earlier this year, I talked to my good buddy Tim Welling about the LA Galaxy. And I would imagine most of my listeners probably aren't aware of this news, since I might be, me and a handful of my friends that I know are probably following Galaxy news pretty frequently. But anyways, in that conversation I had with Tim Welling, we talked about the Galaxy president, Chris Klein, on the hot seat with the fans, to the point where the fans were going to be boycotting the games, like certain supporters. Those are basically like the hardcore fans, for those who don't know, those who are waving the flags, doing the chants, like the organized chants during games. They were going to protest and not go to games until Chris Klein was removed from his position of team president. And in my mind, I kept thinking that the Galaxy were actually going to be performing well on the field, win games, and that the upper management wasn't going to budge. They weren't going to cave into the fans' demands and keep Chris Klein, and that the fans would be the ones to budge and actually come back and end their protests. But as it turns out, the Galaxy have actually had a horrible season this year and have been last place in the league. So that was the last straw for the upper management of the team, and they decided to go ahead and fire Chris Klein, which made a ton of fans happy. So we'll see what happens now with the team. Hopefully things can get better. To be honest, I do believe that Chris Klein should have been let go a long time ago for underperforming, but it wouldn't be fair to put all the blame on him for the shortcomings of the team over the past, I don't know, like 10 years or so. Not quite 10 years, probably maybe like 8 years. And then there's maybe like been one or two seasons where they were playing really well during that stretch. But anyways, a lot of the coaches have been let go who were underperforming. Players who were underperforming were also let go. So it kind of seemed to me that blame was being put in the right place for those who were underperforming, with the exception of Chris Klein. So finally he's gone. But wish him the best in his endeavors. I mean, it's just going to make the team better with him gone. There's a more positive atmosphere surrounding the team now. So we'll see how the season progresses now. And in fact, as I mentioned earlier in a previous episode, I definitely want to have Tim Welling back on the show to talk LA Galaxy soccer. So probably later this summer, I'll probably have Tim on again. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, one of my all-time favorite Galaxy players, has officially retired. And I know he was kind of a polarizing figure because of like his cocky, arrogant attitude. But I mean, he was just a wonder to watch play. I mean, it was just amazing. I got to watch him play. I got to bring Avery to a game when Zlatan was playing. And it was really cool to hear her scream his name. Of course, she was really little at the time. She probably wasn't actually screaming Zlatan because I don't know if she can say that. But yeah, she was doing the cheer of like, Ibrahimovic, or just yelling when I would yell when he scored goals. In fact, he scored multiple goals in the game we took her to against RSL back in I want to say 2019. I want to say she was about a year and a half old. It was before COVID. But yeah, so enjoy retirement to Zlatan. Next, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was just released this past weekend. I've heard nothing but amazing, wonderful things about this movie. So I've had friends reach out, family members reach out. My older brother, Fernando, reached out to me and said, hey, you got to check out this movie. It's great. A lot of my friends have been talking about it on social media. Even those who I didn't think would necessarily be talking about Spider-Man seem to absolutely love this movie, which is really great to see. The first one I thought was great. I thought it was really fun. And Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. So anything Spider-Man related, I'll definitely want to check out. But when it comes to movies, it can be difficult to try and make time to go because we have to find sitters. So usually we're kind of picky and choosy, Allison and I, when it comes to what movies we would see. And then for the month of June, there's going to be so many blockbuster movies coming out this month. So yeah, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, another Transformers movie, The Flash, and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So of those four, if I can only choose one in which we can get a babysitter to watch the kids, so Allison and I can go to the movies, it would definitely be for The Flash. But if enough my friends are saying, hey, you got to go see Across the Spider-Verse, maybe I'll make time, or maybe I'll try and like go and see it on my own. When it comes to Avery, I talk about it in my conversation with her. She actually was kind of bummed that I went and saw the Super Mario Brothers movie without her. So maybe she's getting to the point where she would like to actually go to movies. And maybe she might be interested in Across the Spider-Verse. I mean, it's really cool that my understanding is the Spider-Gwen character voiced by Haley Steinfeld's really shown prominently in the movie. And there's even talks that she might get her own spinoff, which would be pretty cool too. So yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe in the near future, Avery will be more interested in wanting to go to the movies to see stuff. And if that's the case, then we only need to find a sitter for Liam. Yeah, Across the Spider-Verse made 120.5 million domestically, and it's getting rave reviews from fans and critics. So I'm assuming a number of my listeners who do listen to the show regularly have probably already seen it. So let me know what you thought. No spoilers, please. I'm going to try my best to avoid spoilers, but when it's this massive of a movie and it's kept, well, under wraps as far as like the plot points are concerned, then it's been released, like it's very easy for plot points to make it way out. So my guess is the movie's probably going to get spoiled for me before I actually get a chance to see it, but that's just the chance I take when I say, hey, I'd rather go see The Flash first. Okay, and last but not least, let me talk about some music news. The Foo Fighters just released their newest album, But Here We Are. This is the first Foo Fighters album without longtime drummer Taylor Hawkins, who unexpectedly passed away last year. Admittedly, I'm not necessarily a big follower of the Foo Fighters. I think their music's really cool. But to be honest, I couldn't tell you the names of any of their more recent albums. But this particular one, I was intrigued to hear because I did hear that Dave Grohl actually plays drums while they were still in the process of finding their new drummer, which they announced a few weeks ago. I think John Freese. Or Josh Freese, John or Josh Freese, who comes with a very impressive pedigree with a number of bands that he's played with. Anyways, this new album's really great. Some of my favorite songs are Under You, the title track, But Here We Are, The Glass, and Show Me How, which features backing vocals by Dave Grohl's daughter, Violet. And that's a really cool song as well. The Glass is a really beautiful song. I think it's a really cool, to me, it seems that the lyrical content of that song is paying tribute to Taylor Hawkins, and apparently Dave Grohl's mom passed away in 2022 as well. But I think that was kind of kept more closer to the family. In fact, I only heard about it just a few days ago. So, Dave Grohl's gone through a lot of heartache through the calendar year of 2022. And the Glass song, I think, kind of reflects how he's been dealing with that heartache and pain that he's gone through recently, losing a longtime bandmate and friend and his mom in the same calendar year. Anyways, this particular Foo Fighters album, I think it's the best one they've done since 2005's In Your Honor, the double album. But again, I'm not a big expert when it comes to Foo Fighter albums, so I couldn't be the one to really specifically say, hey, this is the best they've done in a long time. So those who are hardcore Foo Fighter fans, you could probably explain better, hey, this is actually one of their better ones. But to me, I think it is. I think it's probably going to be one of my picks for album of the year at the end of this year. So we shall see. But anyways, regardless of all that, I definitely recommend checking out Foo Fighters' newest album, But Here We Are. Okay, here we go. So that was my entertainment news that I wanted to share with all of you for this segment. I'm going to go ahead and take another break. And then when we come back, my daughter Avery will join us on the Casting for Fun podcast. Joining me tonight on the Casting for Fun podcast is a very special guest, perhaps the most special guest I've ever had on my podcast. It's my wonderful daughter, Avery Pineda. Avery, how are you doing today?
Good.
Good. Thank you for indulging me and wanting to be on my podcast and for liking podcasts. It's really fun to get to share something like this with you. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I want to ask you lots of questions because right now you're at a really special time in your life. You've just finished kindergarten. So mommy and daddy are so proud of you. And you've had a lot of fun, like playing softball and doing other cool stuff. So I want to ask you some questions about that. See, it's kind of what's going on in Avery's life right now. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So first, kindergarten, you just finished kindergarten. Congratulations. Or technically you have one more week of kindergarten left. But when a lot of people are listening to this, I think you'll be close to your last day. So what did you like about kindergarten? What did you like about your teacher, Mrs. Brooks? Can you tell us?
I like that she teaches me stuff.
Oh, awesome. Was Mrs. Brooks nice?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. And how about Miss Kendra, her assistant? What did you like about Miss Kendra?
That she's a helper outside.
Yeah, Miss Kendra was a very good helper, huh? I had the privilege to get to volunteer and be there on Mondays to help with activities. Not every Monday, but most Mondays I was there. And you know what? One of the funnest activities that I can remember from the whole school year was when you guys did the gingerbread men. Remember that? We had to build really big pieces of gingerbread and we put it into an oven at Mrs. Brooks' mom's house. And you had to get to look for the gingerbread man, huh?
No, it wasn't at her mom's house. It was at the cafeteria lady who served our lunches.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Do you remember that day? Can you tell the listeners about the day when you guys chased the gingerbread man?
The gingerbread man was lost and he went into the principal office and wondered when he's not supposed to.
And did you find him? And what did you do when you found him?
Huh?
What did you do to him when you found him?
I ate.
You ate him. Was he delicious? Yeah, he was delicious, huh?
And we read the book and he said, well, I'm looking for you.
Oh.
And then we went to chase after and it was so much fun.
Oh, that was a really fun day. I remember that very well. That was pretty cool. Okay, and what did you learn from kindergarten that was interesting and fun to you? Can you remember? Anything at all? No?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? That's okay. That's okay. You learned about farm animals, right? That was pretty fun. What did you learn about pigs?
And I got to make a cow.
You got to make a cow and you got to go visit.
Milk.
Oh, milk a cow. That's right. Not make a cow. You got to milk a cow. You went to the farm, huh?
I didn't get to make one.
How was that? Can you tell us about the time you went to the farm? How fun was that?
The first thing I did was feed pigs and then I got leaf and I scratched it and then it smelled like mint.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. That sounds like so much fun. So yeah, Pepper Tree's been a really great school for Avery. In fact, so many of the kids that we also know from church also go to Pepper Tree. Now everyone seems to really love it. So what do you like about Pepper Tree? What's your favorite thing?
That at playground to get extra recess in 4th grade in all the grades.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a really cool playground to play on at Pepper Tree. It's a nice school. It's a really nice school. And very cool. Very cool. So along with finishing up kindergarten, this year you'll also finish up softball. You had played before for the Marshmallows and now you're playing for the Dynamite.
And I wanted to start.
Yeah, so the
Yes.
dynamite was so much fun. I had a lot of fun watching you play. Sometimes Liam wouldn't always be cooperative, so I'd have to push him on the stroller, but I made sure to always be around whenever you were up to bat. So I had so much fun watching you, Avery, play and build friendships with the other girls on the team. What did you like most about playing softball for the dynamite team? You understand the question? What was your favorite thing about softball?
That Coach Bill, he always brings gum on games, but on the last game he did it.
Oh, okay. They usually brought you treats, huh? That was pretty cool. Yeah. What did your coaches teach you? Do you remember what they taught you about softball?
My favorite one was gloves because you can so one person was on that side and the other person was on that side. One person was on that side and the other person was on that side. And then me and Zoe, we were we were catching the ball with our gloves.
Oh, it's
And
really
you got to go a partner with a kid. And you didn't have to go with a grown up, only if you were left out.
Oh, that's really cool. So you got to learn fielding skills, which is really cool. How to grab the ball when it's on the ground like that. Yeah, that's a really important skill. I think they taught you a lot of great things, fundamentals about how to play. And speaking of Zoe, so Zoe was your dear friend from school. So Zoe was one of your dear friends. It was really cool that Zoe's mom is really good friends with your mom. So right off from the bat, Zoe was your BFF just to start. So tell me about playing softball with Zoe and your other friends from your class from Mrs. Brooks. You also had Mackenzie and Aubrey and
Not Aubrey.
oh, I'm sorry, Aria. I apologize, not Aubrey. Aria. I always got those two mixed up. I apologize. So Mackenzie and Aria and Zoe. How was it like to play with the girls that you already knew from school?
Good.
Did you like playing with your friends? And how about the other girls? Did you have a lot of fun with them?
Yeah.
Oh, good, good. Yeah. Did you have a favorite game? Was there a game that you remember being really fun? No, all of them were pretty cool, huh? Okay, I think sometimes when you're young, you don't always remember. But for me, I really love the game you played against the team from San Dimas. Do you remember the San Dimas team? Yeah. That's when we had to drive a little bit. We had to find the field, and it was kind of far away. But it was really
And the slide was so fun.
the park over there, that park, the
Dinosaur park.
yeah, it was really fun. But that game you played so well, and so did your teammates. You guys got so many hits. It was really fun, and it was hot too. So, but you guys were out there hustling and playing. It was really cool to see that. My other favorite game was your very last game when everyone on the dynamite team was getting hits. You scored runs. Avery, you're hitting off the coach. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. But you know the important lesson that we learned is: did you still have fun when you played? Yeah, that's the most important thing. You got to spend time with your friends and get good exercise, and you learn how to be competitive, and you learn to be a good loser. So it was nice that you always cheered for the other team. At the end, you would say, "Go other team." Who was the other team that you played? Marshmallows. Who else did you play? Diamond Girls.
The black coal and the black penguins and the black blueberries.
Yeah, and then remember after every game, you'd always give high fives to everybody under the team, huh?
Yeah, and if I was at the audience, this is what I do. This is what I do. If someone wins.
Good job. Good job. Yeah. So it's always good to show good sportsmanship, and you did that very well, Avery. So thank you. And I'm glad that you had so much fun. Okay. So recently we've gotten you to watch the Super Mario Brothers movie. So I wanted to ask you about that. How come you like the Super Mario Brothers movie so much? Okay. So tell me about the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Because it's ghosty and he says this. Lumini. Life is sad, prison is sad. Life in prison is very, very sad. Pop.
Very cool. And you also like the Peaches song sung by Bowser, huh?
Peaches, pop, peaches.
Very cool. So it was cool that we got to watch it as a family after it was available for digital purchase, and the whole family sat and watched it, which is rare for Avery because usually you don't like to sit and watch movies. But you do like the Super Mario Brothers movie a lot, huh? Very cool. Very cool. And is Peach your favorite character or Lumini?
Can we do two for there?
Sure. Okay. So Lumini and Peach are your favorite characters, right?
Lumini is my favorite, but my second is Peach, and then my last is Luigi because he likes mushrooms, and I love mushrooms.
Oh, okay. So if Mario liked mushrooms, you like Mario more than, huh? Okay. Awesome. Okay. So I want to ask you, you've been patient about this, Avery. Let's tell me about gymnastics. How come you like gymnastics so much, and what's appealing to you about gymnastics?
Because she does gymnastics and she's my favorite YouTuber.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, Avery really loves YouTube, and her favorite YouTuber, as she mentioned, is Salish. Salish Matter, I think is her name. And her videos are entertaining and fun. And Avery likes to do gymnastics now, or at least kind of do her imitation of gymnastics, which is fun.
Half gymnastics. I can do this.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And I can do the bar routine, but I don't want to do it because it's a torn.
Okay. Well, your auntie Katie was really, really good at gymnastics. So if you're anything like her, maybe you can try and do that. That's something maybe mommy can look into for you to see if you're going to do gymnastics. Okay. Let me ask you about summer trips. So for this summer, last summer, and this coming summer, we had some really fun trips planned.
Gymnastics you do. Okay.
Okay, so Palm Springs. We got to go to Palm Springs last summer, and we're going to go again this year. What do you like about Palm Springs? What was fun for you about that?
Because the hotel is really pretty, and there's an ice cream place that I really love that's close to it.
Yeah, they serve those monster milkshakes, huh? You like the unicorn one? Was that one really cool? Yeah, those like it's really massive, like a super big old size milkshakes that they serve, which are really, really good. It costs like, 12 or $13, but it was enough for the whole family to eat. So that'd be fun. We should go there again and get some more milkshakes. And then the lazy river was fun, right? The water park that they had at the hotel.
After Palm Springs, can you do the carousel? That thing that we bought a few days ago.
Oh, the fair? Oh, okay. Yeah, let's talk about that. So we also for fun things, we do lots of fun things for Avery and Liam to make sure that they're having a good time. We got to go to the LA County Fair. And you have so much fun there?
Yeah, because Liam and me, we got to ride on bikes and cars, and it was fun.
It was fun. Yeah, we had a very kind lady who approached us and stopped us right as we were coming into the gate, and very kindly gave us her wristbands that she used for her kids.
And
so
I was biting mine.
Don't bite yours. That's gross. But it was really nice of that lady, huh? You gotta say thank you to that lady. You can say thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, huge thank you to that lady for being so kind and giving us those wristbands so that Avery and Liam can ride mini rides constantly back and forth with no charge. So that was really, really fun. And we got to have a good time at the fair. That was really cool, huh? Do you like the sheep though? No, the sheep are really big, huh? They're kind of pushy around. Some of them are as big as you, even bigger. So the sheep may not be Avery's favorite part, but food's really good. The rides are fun. Lots of fun things to see. So yeah.
Because they keep barreling around me and I don't like it.
Yeah, we don't like that. Okay, so are you excited for summer this year? That should be really fun. Yeah, your cousins are going to come to visit. That's going to be really cool. We're excited to spend time with family and excited for first grade. We can't wait to go back to Pepper Tree and have so much fun at first grade. Oh, and Big Bear. Big Bear is going to be later in the year, but Big Bear's a lot of fun. Tell us about Big Bear. Why do you like Big Bear?
Because it snowed for my first time.
Do you like the jacuzzi? Yeah, the really cool jacuzzi right outside. So even if it's cold outside, you can jump in and get warm really quick. Big Bear was a lot of fun. That was a fun trip for our family as well.
In the hot pool, it had rainbow glowing lights.
Yeah, that was pretty cool too. So yeah, I think that's all the questions I had for you, Avery. Did you have anything else you wanted to bring up or discuss? What do you want to talk about? Oh, okay. So ask the question. Go ahead.
What do you like most about doing podcasts?
That's a wonderful question, Avery. Thank you. What I like most about doing podcasts are the fact that I get to talk with my friends. So they get to share with me what they're doing. We get to talk about things that are entertaining and fun. And it gives me a chance to practice talking, which I like to do, and go back and record entertaining stuff that I can go back and listen to whenever I want. Yes, Avery.
How do you like Star Wars?
Oh, I love Star Wars quite a bit. Star Wars is fun because it's an awesome story of good versus evil. It's very exciting. The music's thrilling. The characters are great. So everything about Star Wars, I think, is really awesome.
What about Baby Yoda?
Baby Yoda's fun too. Baby Yoda is very cool, interesting character. As he gets older, we're going to see what happens with Yoda and Grogu and his species. Maybe get the name of the species. That'd be really fun to hear too. So I'm excited to see what they do with Grogu in the future. What else do you want to ask?
How do you like Karate Kid?
Oh, I love the Karate Kid and I love Cobra Kai. I think for the same reasons as Star Wars. It's a really cool story of good versus evil. Mr. Miyagi gives really, really cool life advice. I think it's important to take that in consideration, the things he teaches Daniel. And then the Cobra Kai, it brings it to the modern era. So we kind of get the same cool story of the underdog hero rising up to the occasion. But it's cool with Cobra Kai. We also get Johnny Lawrence's take, who we initially saw as the bully, the villain of the first movie. We get to learn more about him. And I think he becomes a hero in his own right, which is cool. Go ahead.
Cobra Kai never dies.
Awesome. Anything else, sweetie, or are we done?
One more thing.
One more thing? Sure. What do you got?
How do you like the Mario movie?
Oh, I love the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's really entertaining and fun. And I think similar to Cobra Kai, you get Mario and Luigi, who are seen as being the underdogs. They're doing nothing special, but they rise to the occasion and they become heroes. And it's so funny and very entertaining. The music's great too. So yeah, I think Super Mario Brothers would be along the same lines as the Karate Kid and Star Wars. That's why I like it.
How do you like school?
School is nice. Thank you for asking about that too. My school is different than yours because I do it all online, and I have some big projects and homework that I do. But I'm doing well, and I'm learning a lot, and I'm almost done. One more year, and I'll be able to graduate with my master's degree in business management. Which may sound kind of boring to you, Avery, but it's going to be really cool and exciting for me. I can't wait to participate in graduation ceremonies and have you and Mommy and Liam there to cheer me on again, like we did for my undergraduate degree. And the cool thing is we won't have to go all the way to Idaho because my school is here in Azusa. So it's actually just maybe like a 15-minute car ride. We can get to my school. So that'll be cool, huh? One more? Okay, what other question do you have?
Have you ever watched the New Mermaid?
The new Little Mermaid? No, I haven't seen it. So it would mostly depend on you. If you want to go to the movie theater, we can take you. But as we mentioned before, you didn't really like watching movies, but you were kind of sad when you found out I went to go see Super Mario Brothers movie in the theater by myself, and I didn't bring you. So if you want to, we can go to the movies. I think you're getting older, so I think you can enjoy the experience a little bit more. But if not, we can just wait till it's available on Disney Plus if you want to watch it there. Okay, does that sound good? Okay, cool. What else do you have? Or are we all done?
All done.
Okay, Avery, thank you so much. This was fun for me. I love doing podcast interviews, and of course, you'll always be my absolute favorite guest. So it's really fun to ask you questions, and as you get older, we can have more conversations. It'll be really fun. Does that sound good? Okay, say goodbye. Yeah.
Get 100 likes.
Thank you. Yes, give this video a like if you listen to it, or this audio recording, this podcast a like when you listen to it on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, whatever podcast format you like to use. And thank you for the support. Okay, everyone, you've been listening to the Casting for Fun podcast. Thank you.